Okie dokie, guys. So we need our blanket, our block and our blanket. We're going to come into an easy virasana. So stand up on your knees, maybe walk back to the center of your sticky mat, and take your block, and you can do the medium or the low way. Place it between your ankles, and then sit down on the block. Now, if you need more, we are going to put more lift under, but you might want to use 2 blocks if it's difficult for you. So now, take your blankets, folded like this, and put it over your heels and over the block, and then sit down here. Usually in virasana, we like to bring the legs together if we want to be technically, correct. But for this, let's just open the thighs so that the thigh bones are coming right out of the hip. I'm just going to be here for a second and settle down. Now, if this pose is difficult for you, if you don't like it at all, you just come into Sukhasana and sit in any other comfortable position. So find the pose. And bring your body to stillness. We're going to take a few cleansing breaths, real soft. Take a nice deep breath through your nose. And then sigh it out easy through your mouth. Taking a breath. This time we're going to blow it out through the lips and blow it out. Take a deep breath. And exhale through your nose. Let's try that pattern of breathing again. Inhale. Sigh it out through open lips. Inhale. Blow it out through your lips. Inhale. Exhale through your nose. And now just breathe naturally and feel. You can close your eyes. Feel how that breath has brought you inside. Now take your hands and slide them up your thighs all the way up to the crease of your groin, and then push down, straighten your arms if you can, and bring your shoulders to your earlobes. Feel how your collarbones are making the shape of the letter V. Now take a breath. And as you slowly exhale, blowing out through your lips, drop your chin to the tip of the V. And then pull the belly back. And lift your pelvic floor, get empty of breath. Release that, inhale, soften, and feel. We're going to breathe Kapalabhati breath here. So take in a half of a breath and begin breathing. Let it come to an end. Exhale. And then pull your hands up to the tops of your thighs. Press down, shoulders to ears. Exhale through your mouth. Pull the chin back into the point of the V. Draw your belly strongly back. Open the back rib cage. Lift the pelvic floor. Inhale. Release. Notice prana. Let's breathe Kapalabhati breath. Take in a half of the breath and begin. Fill with breath. Slowly exhale. Take a breath. Push down into your hands. Lift shoulders to ears. As you exhale through your mouth, get empty of breath. Blow the air out. Drop chin. Draw belly back. Expand the back of the rib cage. Lift pelvic floor. Inhale. Release. And now you just feel. Bring your awareness to your breath and notice how your body is breathing. Maybe feel pulsation, vibration, anywhere in your body. And now let us begin to breathe a Samavritti pranayama. We'll inhale for the count of 3 and exhale for the count of 3. When you're ready, begin that. Slow inhale, 3 counts. Slow exhale, 3 counts. On your next inhale, increase the length of the breath, 4, 4. 4 in, 4 out. Keep doing that, 4 in, 4 out. And as we slowly build the capacity of your lungs, notice how your physical body is assisting with the breath. On your next inhale, increase 5, 5. Notice how you might breathe up into the armpits, across the shoulders, into the back. Now increase it to 6 and 6. We're going to stay at 6 for a little bit. Maybe you can slow it down more by slowing down the release and contraction of your abdomen. Now we're going to go down. Go back to 5. Breathe 1 time, 5 and 5. And then you'll breathe 1 time, 4 and 4. Until you're back to 3, 3. Now one last one. Breathing in for 3, breathe out for 6. One more breath like that. When you come to the end of this exhale, let your body breathe naturally. Let it breathe on its own without your interference. Is that possible? Now take your hands together at the heart and feel that the palms of the hands, the fingers, surfaces of the fingers and palms merge. Maybe you even press a little bit to get, feel the bones. So we're just going to open the arms like this. Elbows down. Feel the heart spine press forward a little bit. And the heart spine, right behind the breastbone, that presses forward. Feel that opening here. You're either transmitting or receiving, or both. Keep breathing and take the tips of the index finger and thumbs together. Palms are open. Bring that right in front of the heart center and hold. A few breaths. Maybe you can feel sensation building in the palms of the hands. And then turn it down. And let one hand rise and one hand reach down. Open the palm of your hand to the sky. And you can either radiate out with the fingers like the hand is a sun, or you can soften the palm of the hand and receive. And just be here. And then open the arms out to the shape of the letter T. Just let them float open. And perhaps you feel maybe vibration in the chakras in the palms. And bring those chakras together at the heart one more time. Merge the palms of the hands. And let's open the asana practice with a chanting of Om. Take a deep breath. Thank you very much. Now take your hands to your legs. We're going to do this little transition. We'll see if it works for you. So you go forward a little bit. You pick up your hips off the block, curl your toes. So your blanket's like on your heels now, right? As you walk back, the blanket flips off and your heels land on that blanket. And you just go like that. And I'm going to squat with my heels on the blanket. Take your block forward. And just be here. So, if you like this, what is it that you like? What, I'm not telling you to make any shape or anything. Just be here. It's kind of like a counter pose. And then press your hands into your blocks and slowly, slowly, slowly straighten the legs. Don't even straighten them, just slowly, slowly begin to straighten them up. And you can pull the blanket under your heels a little bit more. Use that blanket I have intention around that. So you just hang it out here and straighten your leg a little bit. Maybe you stretch through one side, the other, rocking your hips, maybe, I don't know. And then take your hands onto your back. They're just a little bit clasped behind your back, and you go forward with the spine and just up. Your heels are on the blanket, and it's really comfortable. Take your hands and bring that kind of triangular shape to the pelvis. And this pelvis is your pelvic triangle. We don't want it tipping forward, and we don't, or this way, tipping back. Let it be vertical, and let your knees bend straight down. Push into the heels, into the blanket, straighten your legs. And we're going to keep doing these, let's face it, they're pliés, and just keep doing it. Pushing down, but your heels are on the block, on the blanket, so you get this deep creasing in the ankle, the back of the knee. How do you like that, Charlene?
I do like it. It's not easy, but I like it.
Good. Now we're going to take the triangle, put it on your back, on the back of your pelvis. And keep those pliés going down and up. Okay, now let's go do one more. Pressing down, pressing down. Let the arms come up. We're going to go all the way up to mountain. And in your mountain pose, think about what's going down here in that pelvis and extend. Now, here's the thing I've been exploring and realizing is that if I want to lift my arms up, I have to lift up from the shoulder bone, from the top of my arm bone. So lift up from the top of your arm bone and notice how your arms extend more. I didn't lift my shoulders to my ears. Lift up from the arm bone. Pinky edges, reach up. Thumb edges, reach up. All the fingers in between, get real long. Are you okay?
I'm good. You okay?
Yeah, open the arms. We're going to soften down, just fall back down into your squat. But this time, find a mudra. It could be Anjali Mudra. If you're doing this pose, hook your thumbs into your breastbone and pull your breastbone up with your thumbs. Yeah, you can squeeze the legs against the outer arms. You can find another mudra, anything that works for you, that you like. And then take your block out of the way. We're going to come onto our shins. Let the blanket be behind you. You can pull it off to the side and just feel. Again, if you don't like this pose, do any other posture. Okie dokie. So let's come back on the mat a little bit. And we'll take the arms and slide them out. We'll slide them out. And I'm the picky yogini, I can't help that, so I'm going to be OCD. Take your middle finger and point it to 12 o'clock or north. And spread the fingers, but not too much, so we don't want to be all anxious with the hands spread out too wide, but let there be space. But that middle finger is pointing forward, and then look at your wrist and take the center of your wrist and align it with the middle finger. And then outward rotation of the upper arm bones, but keep the center of the wrist aligned with the middle finger. Nice straight arms, and shift forward. So your arm bones shift forward, center of wrist goes out over the middle finger, and then pull it back. So that's all you're doing. Looking forward, you shift forward and pull it back. Now, as you're doing that, notice the arm bones in the shoulder socket and how they move with this action. And see if your collarbones can make a level line to the earth. A level line to the earth. Now the next time you shift forward, pause and round into cat spine. Round into the cat spine and then pull the hips back to the heels. Keep the arms straight. You're very round, looking down at your knees. Roll your cat forward again. And arch into dog, curl your toes. Bring your heart spine forward, look up. Exhale, round into cat and pull your cat to your heels. Inhale, roll your cat forward, curl the toes, arch the spine. Exhale, round into cat, roll your cat to your heel. Inhale, roll forward, arch and curl the toes. Now keep that happening. And push into your hands, lift your knees and slowly extend back to down dog. Now extend back to down dog. And just do this first down dog. That's good. But now look forward, shift forward about halfway into plank. Bend your knees, arch your spine. Exaggerate the arch of your spine. Lift your tail, flip it up. Now we're going to keep that heart spine pressing forward, but start to lift the pelvis and Take a little cat spine in the pelvis, and then press back into your downward dog. So you press that thoracic spine forward between the shoulder blades, but you take the pelvis in. Now move out of your arm socket. Move out of your arm socket. Yes, Charlene. Thank you. Beautiful. And take your knees to the floor. Sit back on your heels and rest. Whew. Just be there. Are you noticing anything? Sensation? Any feeling anywhere? Start to reach forward. We're going to do the whole thing again. Reach out, middle finger. Align the center of the wrist with the middle finger. Shift forward. Keep the belly lifted and shift back. Let's do that one again. Shift forward and shift back. One more. Shift forward. Hold. It's beautiful, Charlene. Take a breath and exhale, round into cat. Rock your cat to your heels. Inhale, rock the cat forward. And arch into dog. Curl your toes. Exhale, round into cat. Rock your cat to your heels. Inhale, roll the cat forward and arch into dog. Beautiful, everybody. Exhale, round to cat. Roll your cat to your heels. Inhale, roll your cat forward and arch into dog. And then begin to lift up your hips and stretch to your down dog. Go right back into it first. Stretch back into down dog. Wow. Wow. And now look up. Shift forward a few inches and arch your back a lot. Flip your tail. Keep that heart spine pressing forward as you start to lift your hips up and straighten your legs. Pull your tail under and push back, open out of your arm sockets into your down dog. Beautiful stretch. Keep breathing, everybody. Another breath. Thank you. And then bring your knees to the floor, inner legs together. Sit back into Vajrasana and feel. Good. Simple things can be very potent. So we're going to stretch forward again. But this time you're going to come forward into plank. So you curl your toes and you lift up to plank. And we just be here. So while you're in the plank, do that whole thing with middle finger pointing to 12 o'clock, center of the wrist, outer shoulder rolling back, navel point lifting. Good, lift up to down dog. And we'll take the right shin bone, slide it forward into dove. So you slide the right knee to the thumb, keep the back leg stretched, and then turn your head and look over your right shoulder. Just look back over your right shoulder like ha. Whoo, ha, 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 ha. Good, pull back to down dog, ya. Now here comes your left shin. It slides forward to your left thumb. Back leg is straight. And we turn and look back over the left side. Ha. Oh, but don't go back to down dog. What I'd love you to do is sit down and face the side of your mat as if you were going into Parsva Janu Sirsasana, but you're not. So this knee is open. This leg is open. Drop your bones here. And just see what your body is saying to you. Thank you. Come back to down dog. Wah, 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 wah. And ha. Thank you. Bring your knees down. Sit down into Vajrasana. And when you sit down, slide your hands to your knees and act as if here comes a flock of birds flying overhead, and you just then we'll reach forward, reach forward, reach forward. We have another side to do. Come forward into plank pose. Ha. Lift up to down dog. Ha. Now the left shin bone slides forward into dove. Huh?
You just did that, sorry.
Now start all over again.
Sorry.
And turn your head to look to the left. Ha. And go back to down dog. Slide your right shin forward. And look over your right shoulder. Now we're going to sit down and turn to that open Janu Sirsasana position. If you're not folding into it, you're just being there. Having the right leg open, the left leg open. Drop the bones. Notice, assess the situation here. And then come back to down dog. Put your knees down on the floor. Sit back on your heels. Hands slide to the legs. Arch the spine. And then slide forward one more time. We're at the ending of it. Come forward into plank. Wah. And lift to down dog. Wah. And then find your way to the front of your mat. If you like jumping, you can jump or step your feet to your hands. Fold. And then take your hands on your back and we'll extend the spine out and up. And there we go. Just stand, feel, shake yourself out. Okay. Ready?
Ready.
Ready, everybody?
Yeah.
Everybody good? Hello?
Thumbs up.
Okay. So Ardha Surya Namaskar with the sweep back and up, okay? No flat back. And you're pretty familiar with it, don't we? Know it's called the Lee sweep back and up. So get empty breath. We gather it up. Take it easy at first. Exhale, dive out and down. Now the arms sweep back as the spine goes forward. They circle back behind you all the way up. And exhale. We're going to land on the earth. Inhale, gather. Exhale, we dive out and up. Inhale, arms sweep back all the way up. Land on the earth. Just that simple. One more time. Inhale. And big dive out and down. Sweep the arms back and up. And we'll land on the earth. Now we're going to add the fan twist. So gather up. Dive out and down. Now bend your left knee and fan your right arm up to the sky. And close that down. Bend two knees. Straighten your left leg. Fan your left arm up to the sky. And close it down. Bend two knees. Sweep the arms back and up. Land on the earth. A little bit slower. Inhale. Slow dive out and down. Wait a minute. No. Sorry, guys. You know what? I lost it. So we're down. So we're going to fan to the right. So that means your right leg stays straight, your left knee bends, you fan to the right. And then bring it down. Bend the right knee, fan left. Okay, I'm getting the language, I can help you. And come down. Two arms back and up. One more time for me. Exhale. Inhale, gather. Slow down. Fan to the right. Bring it down. Fan to the left. Thank you. Beautiful. Bring it down. Arms sweep back and up. And land on the earth. Thank you. And just stand for a moment. Feel. So let's continue. You might want to come to the front of your mat a bit, Tony. And we're going to gather up. And then again, dive. But no more fanning, nothing. Step your right leg back. Bend the knee. And sink. So we just be here for a moment. This is familiar, but we don't want to be obsessive about it. Just sink a little bit into the hips. And then start to push that right heel back. Push the right heel back and step back to plank pose. Instead of going in down dog, you go right to plank pose and then drop your knees and breastbone down. Now we're going to take a little baby cobra, so you're going to extend forward and use the back muscles to lift you. And then give a little pressure into the hands, lift a little higher. And come down, downward facing dog. Let your right leg stretch up behind you into 3-point pose. And then bend the knee, pull it in, nose to knee, step the foot forward. And we're going to sweep back into a high lunge. So you're going to let the arms sweep back and bring you up. Can you lift your arms from your shoulder socket? Then take the hands down, step the back foot forward, fold. Sweep your arms out, back, and up. And we just land on the earth. Namaste. Inhale, gather. Exhale, dive it out and down. Step your left leg back and sink the knees, sink the hips, stretch. Couple of breaths. And then pushing back into the heel, that takes you back into plank. Go forward and drop 8-point pose. Extend into baby cobra. Let the back of the body lift you and then add some arms to push you up. Roll the spine down. Come back to downward facing dog. Let your left leg reach behind you, stretch it way up, and then pull the knee to the chest, step the left foot forward, and sweep your arms back and up to high lunge. Then bring your hands down, step the back foot forward, fold. Reach back with the arms to come up, and we'll land on the earth. And pause for a moment, everybody, and feel yourself. Do you feel your heart beating? Is it beating?
Yeah.
We want to get that going.
Good.
Okay, so therefore we're going to do it again. But we're going to add things to it. Okay? That was your template, and now we're going to add some things. So gather it up. And exhale, dive out and down. Step your right leg back, drop the knee to the mat, and just be here. And then push into the heel and come to plank pose. Go forward in the plank, drop knees, chest, chin. Curl the spine first, and then push up. Thank you. Roll it down, back to downward facing dog. Good, good, good. Let your right leg stretch up behind you. And step the right foot forward. Turn the left heel to the mat. Virabhadrasana 1. So now we're in Vira 1. We're going to reach up with the fingers, and we're just going to take a little dive forward and embrace the thigh. And then pushing down into the feet, fly back, out, and up. Let's do 2 more of those. Dive it down. And come on up. We'll take 1 more. Dive it down. And come back up. Take your hands to the floor. Step the back foot forward. And sweep back and up. Land on the earth. Gather. And exhale, dive out and down. Step back with your left leg. Drop the knee to the earth and look up. Push into your left foot and let it lead you back into plank. Come forward, choose chaturanga to cobra or 8-point pose to cobra, up dog. And then come back to downward facing dog. Let your left leg flow up behind you. Let it keep moving. And step it forward. Set your right heel for Virabhadrasana 1 and start to come up. Ah, beautiful. Wonderful. Now we're going to embrace the thighs. So inhale, and as you exhale, embrace. And inhale, bring it back up. And exhale, embrace. And beautiful, Charlene. Feel that grounding. And 1 more, embrace. And bring it up. Hold, breathe. And then take the hands to the floor. Step the back foot forward. And reach back to come up. Land on the earth. We're going to keep it going. Go with me. Inhale, gather. Exhale, down. Step the right leg back. Drop the right knee to the earth. This time, take your full Anjaneyasana, whatever is your pleasure. Anjaneyasana. Be creative. You have the template. And then transition that into plank pose. Find the way there. Keep moving forward. Go through chaturanga to up dog or 8-point pose to cobra. And then back to down dog. When you meet the end of the down dog, let your right leg sweep up behind you. And then step it forward into Virabhadrasana 1. Now in Virabhadrasana 1, we're just going to take something. We're going to straighten 2 legs and rise up on the balls of both heels. Lift up. Square your hips forward to the room. And then sail back down. Virabhadrasana 1. Hands to the floor. Step the back foot forward. Fold. Sweep your arms back and up. Land. Last one. Gather it up. And dive. Out. Down. Left leg steps back. Drop the knee to the earth. Hum. You might choose a different mudra, a different way. And then push down into that back heel and step to plank. Continue through your vinyasa, 8-point to cobra or chaturanga. And then pull back to downward dog. As soon as you meet that V, let that left leg reach. Let it continue the flow of prana. And then pull it forward, step forward. Virabhadrasana 1. Now move up from the fingertips and let the legs straighten under you. Go way up and square the hips forward. And then Virabhadrasana 1. And we're going to step back to down dog from here. So take the hands down and go back to down dog. Place your shin bones down on the mat. Sit down into Vajrasana. And just be here and feel. I'm going to turn to face this way. And we're going to stretch forward. And come forward into plank. And then lift to down dog. And let your left shin slide forward into dove. And look over your left shoulder. Yeah. And then start to sit down and open into that Janu Sirsasana, facing the side of your mat. Good. Good. Yeah. You know what, Charlene? Maybe turn around, because I think that you will have your left leg out, your right leg straight. So we want to get into a nice side stretch, but I'm having this new way of doing it here. So take your hand, your right hand, and put it on the inside of your right knee, and then walk it directly forward in this space. So I'm not saying down your leg, you walk it out. And as you walk it out, it pulls your shoulder down over the inner knee. And then pull the elbow back against the inner knee. Did you get that?
Oh,
yeah, so you can really press there. And then turn your ribs, and we'll take that left arm up to the sky. And before you do anything, do a few wrist circles here. It's like your hand is a little flower that's growing up to the light. Ha. And then stretch it up, and we're going to start reaching out. Now, as you reach out, let the back of your left pelvis drop toward the mat. But at the same time, the sit bone gets light. The sit bone might lift off the floor, but you feel the back of your pelvis getting long. Thank you. Come on up, Om Namah Shivaya. And we'll be on the same side, Charlene. We step back to downward facing dog. Okay. Now we're going to slide the right shin into dove and turn to look over your right shoulder. And then start to sit down facing the side of your mat. Yeah, I'm going to spin my body around, so yeah. Right knees open, left leg extended. Take your left hand right by the knee and walk it straight forward. As you walk it forward, it brings the shoulder down toward the inner knee, and then pull your elbow back against the leg. You can use your right hand on your thigh to help you turn the ribs. And then take that arm up to the sky, and we draw those, let me just do that little, turning the wrist. We have wrists, we might as well, loosen them up. Now take a deep breath and go. See if the arm bone can move out of its shoulder socket a little bit. And now that right sitting bone gets light, but the back of your pelvis melts down. A few breaths. And then come on up, Om Namah Shivaya, and step back to downward facing dog. And back to downward facing dog. And then place your knees on the mat, shins down. Sit back in Vajrasana. And I wish that we weren't muted so we could talk about that.
Can I unmute?
Yeah.
You want to unmute?
Yes.
Okay, so one at a time. We're crawling. Betsy. We're gonna
Unmute.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm curious about that. How did you like that stretch that we just did? Any comments, questions, or complaints?
Got the heart pumping.
Did it? Oh, look. My new friend Maxine liked it. She gave me the thumbs up.
Yeah. Side body is like so tight, right? Side body?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Side stretch with the elbow against the knee.
Right. That whole walk the hand out, bring the shoulder down, pull it back. I like that.
We have to do that again, right?
Oh, should we do it again? I think we should.
Sure.
Okay, let's do it again. We're going to mute you.
Good. Mute all.
Okay. I'm going to turn my mat sideways so that Charlene and I can kind of figure this out. Okay. Alrighty. So we come from down dog, and we're going to do the left leg first.
Let me go this way.
Yeah, we're going to do the left leg first. So we're going to slide your left shin bone forward into dove. Do that look over the shoulder thing. And then start to sit down and outwardly rotate that leg. And then walk this hand out. And bring the shoulder down and the elbow back. And here we go. So think about outward rotation of that left arm and move out from the arm socket, from the shoulder socket. Ha. Really do let your left sitting bone float off the floor. That's needed in this pose. It's important. You need to do it. Let it float off the floor a little bit and let the back melt down away from the waist. Great. Come on up, Om Namah Shivaya. And we'll step back to down dog. Boom. And we turn around. Now we let the right shin slide forward to the thumb. And look over your right shoulder. And start sitting down, and walk this hand forward, shoulder down, elbow presses, turn. Couple of breaths. Thank you. Come back to down dog. On your own time, and then you can make your way back up to your feet, in whatever way that happens for you. Okay, that was just supposed to be an interlude, but it
was necessary.
got into a big thing.
It's healing.
Okay, water. Okay. So the next thing is a long combination of postures. And we're going to mark through them, which means that we go slowly through, not fully, like at 50%. So you're just kind of showing your body where things are, all right? So we come to the front of the mat, and the hands are just going to be resting on the back. And pick up your right leg, reach it back, and step on it. Now your feet are in a Vira 1, but really not very wide because we're actually doing Parivitta Trikonasana. So hands rest on the back, and you square your pelvis forward. And we're going to hinge out. Oops, I forgot something. Hinge back up. Because before we do that, we do the releve. We lift the heels, we square the hips forward, and then we slowly lower the heels down. Then hinge out. Feel the spine is right in the center of the posture. And then head falls into a round Parsva Janu. Now drop your right arm and let it swing across to the outside of the left leg. And the left arm just wraps around your back as you extend the spine forward and start to turn the ribs into Parivitta Trikonasana. See, we're still marking, guys. So drop your left arm and let it catch the palm of your right hand, and everything comes up, tracing a long line. And then we'll turn the toes in, face the side of your mat. Keep going with me. Turn out your right foot, and then pivot on the heel, on the ball of the foot. Turn in your right foot. Turn out your left foot. Trikonasana. Your Trikonasana is toward the front of your mat. Now just be here for a moment and feel that the head of your left femur bone presses forward and the head of your right femur bone presses back, and they do that at the same time. Very fine. And we're going to come to crescent. So come on up and just come into a crescent pose here. Nice opening. We just had that stretch through the side of the body. We're not doing windblown warrior. We're going to cross this arm, go with me, and you want to take the whole right side of your body around into high lunge. And from high lunge up to your releve. And back down to your high lunge. Step forward. Namaste. How did you do? Got it? All right, we're going to do it again on the other side. So lift up your left leg and step your left leg back. Nice and wide, but not too wide. Your hands rest on your back. Rise up. Straighten two legs. Get real lifted. And lower your heels. Hinge forward. And then round your body down. Drop your left arm across your right leg and go out with the spine and turn into Parivitta Trikonasana. Now the right arm drops and it picks up the left arm along the way. You come all the way up and turn to face the side of your mat. Turn in your right foot. Turn out your left foot. Turn in your left foot. Turn out your right foot. Trikonasana. Press the head of your right femur bone forward. Press the head of your left femur bone back. Extend through your spine. And then come on up into crescent. Open the side of your body. And be ready to take the whole left side of your right body around. As you cross that arm around, turn your body, pivot, and rise. High lunge. And step yourself forward. Whoop. Okay, how'd we do? How'd we do? Okay. I don't know where Charlene went. She left me. So we're going to do it again. We're going to do it a little slower. And we're going to end in Virabhadrasana 1 and then pitch forward into standing split. Okay. Here we go. Get settled, everybody. Forget. Just try to follow my words. Let your hands rest on your back. Lift your right knee and step your right foot back for Parivitta Trikonasana. Rise up on the balls of 2 feet. Square your hips and then lower the legs. Plant the feet into the earth. Hinge out. Lift your belly as you go forward. Hips are square, and then just let your head bow down. Right arm drops, it swings around to the outside of the left leg. Your spine goes forward first. You elongate and then start turning. Now here I ask you to add the left arm. Let it unfold up to the ceiling. Take your fullest expression of Parivitta Trikonasana. And then circle the arm down, let the left hand pick up the right hand. You come up, turn in your left foot, turn out your right foot, turn in your right foot, turn out your left foot, Trikonasana. Expand. Ha. Crescent. Flow right into it. Now this is very wide, everybody. So we have to turn our body, come up on the balls of the feet, and then settle into Virabhadrasana 1. Ha. Nice and deep, nice and wide. Big Vira 1. Extend up with the arms. Lift the heart. And we're going to throw ourselves forward, pitch forward, and lift your right leg behind you. Here you go. Lift it up, head to knee. Stretch up to the sky. Open your hip a lot. And then roll the pelvis into a little bit more neutral. Hold here. And take the foot down. And just stand up. Last side, everybody, lift up your left leg. Step it back. Rise up on the balls of the feet. And then lower the heels. We're going to hinge out to a flat back. And then just drop the head down. Swing your arm around. Extend out into Parivitta Trikonasana. And then unfold the arm and hold. Ha. Circle that arm down. Come on up. Om. Turn in your right foot. Turn out your left foot. Turn in your left foot. Turn out your right foot. Trikonasana. Stretch it out. Crescent pose. Keep the legs straight. Beautiful, beautiful. Now we have to turn the whole left side of the body forward. Here we go. Turn it and see if you can rise on 2 straight legs and then settle into Virabhadrasana 1. Deep, deep, deep Virabhadrasana 1. Keep breathing. See if you can go down more. Go down. Ha. Another breath. Inhale. Now pitch yourself forward, turn upside down, lift that leg behind you, lift it way up. Take this opportunity to open your hip and reach your leg to the ceiling more. Really open your groins. Open it up. And then drop the hips into a little bit more neutral. And take the foot down. And we just stand up and feel. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. Let's open the feet a little bit and take a very light flap and slap just to release a little bit. Very fine. One more standing balance. Let's just rise up and down on the balls of the feet just to get your grounding, and then get grounded. You okay?
I was just having a coughing thing.
Oh. I didn't hear any coughing.
I held it in.
Good. We're going to open up this thigh again, this groin. So lift up your right leg. And we're going to just reach for the ankle and bend the knee. That's all. And then take your left hand to your right ankle. And open this up. Let this just open up. And then press that right thigh back and push the right foot into the left hand. Just stretch back. Whoa, stretch back with that leg. Nice, nice job. And your arm now, it can just come across to the shoulder. And you just feel that. And bring it down. Very fine. Just release. We'll take the other side. Finding the balance here. Let's think about this pelvic triangle now. Let's go back to that. See what's happening. And then switch hands. Open the thigh. Press it back. It's like your left hand wants to walk down your right arm. So it really pulls the left side around. Good. Let's do it again on each side. Are you okay?
Yes, allergies.
Here we go. Right leg comes in. Switch right away. We're coming into goddess pose. Open the thigh and push it back. And now just bring the arm across and turn your head to the left. Look over your left shoulder. Breathe. Thank you. Come around. Om Namah Shivaya. Wow. Left leg. Cross the hand over in the back. Open the thigh. Start to push. And the arm comes across. And turn your head. Another breath. Thank you. Bring it down. Om Namah Shivaya. We're going to melt into downward dog. So let yourself just roll forward and step back to your down dog. And then bring the knees to the mat. And we're going to come around and sit for a moment to feel. So we're going to try another side bend, just a little bit different. Can you take your left leg out? Come into goddess pose here. I mean into the Buddhist pose. Left leg up, right leg out, down. And then we'll simply extend this one. Extend the right leg out. And we're going to turn and walk that arm out. And see if you can bring your right shoulder down to the inner right knee. Just like we did before. Take the hand and press. Elbow against that knee. So we'll take the left arm up, and this time you want to tip your pelvis a lot. So you lift your left sit bone a lot, and see if you can find your toes here. Now you may wish to take your hand to your left ankle and pull, and just open it up. Nice, Charlene. Open it up. Beautiful. I have to come over and look at you guys. Ah, yeah, you can open your heart to the ceiling. That's amazing, Iris. Yeah, and then start to release and come on up. Om Namah Shivaya. Jesus, right? Ooh, Jesus. Pull it back and sit for a moment to feel. Now you still have that left leg up. Yeah, and we're going to thread the left arm underneath and see if you can bind. Can you bring yourself around and make a bind here? Can you hook your fingers? If you cannot, just, doesn't matter, you can either get a strap or imagine it. Now we're going to sit down with the bind if you can. If you cannot, You're half bound. Arm is under the knee. And sit the sitting bones down. Put them down. And see if you can possibly straighten your leg. Well, you can't. You cannot. So tip onto your right leg. Lift your hip a lot. And then see if you can straighten.
Oh my God.
Did you? You did, right? You tipped. Okay, come on down and let it go. Speaking of like, what the is she thinking? What the heck is she thinking?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just for fun. It's just seeing what we can do, right? Okay, here we go. Buddhist pose. You're like, ooh, nice, Buddhist pose, so peaceful. It's not crazy. It's Buddhist pose. And then extend your left leg out.
Right leg. Left leg?
Mm-hmm. We did this one before. So now we have right leg bent, left leg out.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's trying to make me crazy, see. Take your hands here and walk it out. And when you walk it out, bring your shoulder down. And then pull your elbow against your inner leg. You could go like this. Notice how the sit bone is up. You want it way up. And then take the arm. If you can grab the ankle, that's great. You roll your heart to the ceiling as much as you can. Good, come on up. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. And keep that Buddha's pose there. You can fold this leg in. And thread, you're making your bind, thread it under. And see if you can bind here. If you cannot, you make a half bind. But then sit up and level your sit bones to the floor. Sit on your sit bones. Just for fun, try to straighten your leg. Not so good. Tip a lot and straighten your leg. Thank you. Come on down. Om Namah Shivaya. And just sit for fun. Do nothing and feel. We're going to take the legs forward and leave that alone. And rock a little bit on the sitting bones. And we'll come into Paschimottanasana, just coming out and over. I'm just going to breathe here for a little bit. And notice how willing your body is to come into this pose. After all that work we did today, all that movement and turning and twisting and folding, your body's like, oh, this is just so simple. Be there. Very nice. Very nice. And then take your arms forward, and we're coming out and up. You can cross your shins and sit to feel, because we're going to make a transition now. So you need your blanket. Please get your blanket. And the blanket will be open like this. And you want to place it, about in the middle of your mat. If you can do that, please. And then we will fold your sticky mat over that blanket like this. If you could please do that. Fold the bottom of your sticky mat over the blanket. And then put your block at the bottom of your sticky mat. Okay? So I'm going to turn my mat. And we're going to sit on the block and roll back until your shoulders are on the blanket, but your head is on the sticky mat behind you. You can pull that block under you. Don't do, just watch. We're going to come up to Parivitta Trikonasana and then let the breastbone sink and come into shoulder stand. Okay? To come down out of it, we can be here and roll back. The pelvis lands on the block and you come up. Now, if you do not like shoulder stand, you can stay here in Parivitta Trikonasana. Okay? So can everyone sit on their block, roll back onto their back, and let your head be on the floor, but the shoulders on the sticky mat. You need to have about 2 inches between your shoulders and the end of the sticky mat. Good. Now the block is there to help you get your legs up. So everybody, once you get there, bring your legs up to Parivitta Trikonasana. We're just going to be there. Now your choice is to stay here. Or press your shoulders back, your arms back, and kick your legs up into shoulder stand. Bend your elbows. Now when you come to shoulder stand, the reason we have that sticky mat folded over your blanket is so that you can use your skin against the sticky mat to walk your elbows in as closely as they can be toward each other. Walk your elbows in as closely as they can be toward each other. Very fine. Now let your collarbones roll toward the blanket behind you. Let your collarbones roll toward the blanket behind you. Press your hands against your back and try to move your pelvis toward your nose. And move your feet up. Very nice strumming. Elevate your chin away from your chest. Keep breathing, everybody. I want to be here for another minute. You can do it. So another minute, you're like, holy moly, that's a long time. Don't panic. Just breathe. See if you can sustain this pose. Can your body come into stillness? We're almost there. Another breath. Now, if you wish to, let your feet reach into plow. Let your legs reach back into plow. If you do not like that, you can just slowly bring yourself down onto your block. Wonderful, Jane. And then let your knees bend. Keep your head pressing back as you roll your spine down, and your pelvis will land again on your block. When it lands on your block, you place your feet on the floor, so you're in your supported bridge here. Do you want to put the soles of your feet together and let your knees drop open like a book and see how that feels? And then pressing into your feet, lift your pelvis, take the block out, and you'll slowly roll down. Now push into your feet and slide back so that your back comes off the blanket. You keep sliding back. You might want to snuggle back until just your pelvis is on the blanket. And then start to stretch the legs out. Now your pelvis is uplifted, so you have a little opening in your groins here. We're just going to rest. Let's pull the knees into the chest, and we want to roll slowly off your mat, unfold your mat, and move that blanket out of the way. And then come onto your back once again. Let's rock the arms underneath and feet. We're going to go up into a nice fish pose. So rock your hips and get your arms underneath and stretch the legs out. Going to lift up to fish. Just push into your elbows. You know what to do. Open the heart and drop the head back. Just open it up. Take a few breaths here. A real clearing. Beautiful, and then let the head slide back and lower yourself down, take your arms out, and we will truly now open into Shavasana and just drop it out. We'll be here for a couple of minutes. Feel that the floor is softening to receive you. Imagine it. And your body is softening against the floor. Feel the inner body softening. The edges of your body softening. Heart softening. Face softening. Time softening. World softening. And just begin to move, stretch, reach, open, roll. Slowly, gradually move yourself up to a seated position. Let's breathe the arms out and up. And then pull the hands to the heart. Open into our first mudra. Hold. And take fingertips together. And hold. And let that turn down. And one arm up. And hold. Arms open. Bring the two hands together at the heart. We'll flow through that 2 more times. You inhale. Exhale. Turn it down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. Bring your hands together and feel the palms plugging into themselves. Let's put an ending on this class with the chanting of Om. Take a deep breath.
Namaste.
Namaste.
That was
Thank you,
awesome.
Shirley.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Good.
Om.
So mute.